a weekly reading for Leo. So first of all, a good shuffle. If you watched till the end, share and like and leave a comment, then I will reply with a free spirit message within 24 hours. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon for instant notifications. So just laying down your cards now and just focusing around your energy. And let's take a look at what's been going on and what's going to show up for you in the coming days and weeks. I do feel a block here, okay, or obstacles around you, okay. The energy I get is of you being in the thick of things, okay, not being able to see the wood for the trees. It's very much this energy of it being one thing after another. Just when you feel you've got something resolved, then something else crops up. You know, it's like being at the fairground playing that game with the frogs and the hammer. You hit one frog down, another pops up, hit another down, another pops up. It's that type of energy. It's like you get so far, it's like you work on a project, you get so far, and then something crops up or something challenging happens, okay, and then you lose your motivation, you lose your inspiration, you lose your energy, okay, and you just end up back at square one. But what I feel here is that even though you can't see the wood for the trees, you're going to, because the energy here is of you stepping back from the situation. I feel that you're going to take some type of break, or you're going to go for a walk, or it could be a holiday or some exercise. It's like you do something different, okay. I mean, sometimes they say a change is as good as a rest, but the energy I get here is of a complete turnaround. Yeah, you're going to be seeing things from a different perspective, you know, because as you step back, you see the bigger picture, you gain more clarity, you see exactly what you need to do. You know, if you change the way you look at something, then what you look at also changes. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Something's going to change here. You're going to change the input and then you get a different output. You're kind of on the cusp. You know, you kind of feel ready, but you move forward and then these doubts start to seep in, okay. I'm seeing this dog here for connections. The dog is also barking, so it represents your own nagging thoughts, nagging words of those around. These are what have been putting you off course and putting you back to square one. But the feeling here is that you're going to acknowledge these nagging thoughts, all these nagging words, and then carry on just the same, because the way it was, either you would react to them or try to ignore them. So when you react, it gets worse, but when you ignore, it comes back stronger. But when you accept, then you quench, you know, you soften the blow. This is what I get here. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of unhappiness here. You know, your whole world just come crashing down. It's like you had it all and then you lost it. It's very much this energy that happiness turned to sadness and laughter turned to tears, and you're trying to rebuild your life here. So looking more forward, I do feel this masculine energy which is going to come forward. I mean, masculine could be male or female, okay, but I get masculine energy. It's like they give in, which does imply there could well be some type of standoff here, okay, but it's very much this energy of you stepping back. Yeah, you kind of holding your cards close to your chest. This is the energy I get here. So not giving so much of yourself, and then in doing so, I sense this person has a wake-up call. You know, they wake up and smell the coffee, and then I just sense all their passions come out. It's like they can't hold back any longer. Something's got to give. So it could well be there's going to be a lot of passion in your life here in the coming weeks. A lot of closeness, intimacy, passion. Ah, okay. I say because I always do when this card comes up, because it's one of the twin flame cards. I've got two. The two of wands, the four of swords. The universe knows that I know that. So when it shows up, it's definitely around a twin flame connection. Okay, just a quick reminder, the twin flame or your twin flame is the other half of your soul. You share the same soul. They're inside you, you're inside them. You know, scientists have done an experiment with a particle, cut it in half, one side of the universe, the other half. The other side of the universe, pull on one, it has the opposite effect on the other instantly. So it's like this divine connection. I mean, you are each other. Yeah, spiritually you are each other, but physically there could be some type of distance between the two of you. There could be a lack of communication, not sharing emotions. But inside, you know, at a deep spiritual level, you're connected. You always are connected. Subconsciously, it could well have been a recent separation. Again, it's very much this energy that happiness turned to sadness and laughter turned to tears around matters of the heart, and you're working through this. So I think it's confirmation that yes, there is a spiritual connection. Things are perfect spiritually, they always will be. But physically, emotionally, and around communication, they're far from perfect. It's like the twin flame journey. Okay, it is very much about being in separation, but not separated spiritually. You never can be, it's not possible. So the advice here is to get on with things. Okay, it's very clear about that, to actually move away from the situation, because if they're part of you and you're part of them, then even moving away from the situation, you're not going to move away from them in a spiritual sense. You know, and the spiritual side is you. Okay, their spiritual side is them. Okay, just inside these bodies, which are far apart at the moment. Of course, you're on the earth plane, you're wanting more intimacy, closeness, and perhaps paradoxically, as you move away from the situation, you start going towards it. Or they start coming closer. Because as you work on yourself, they work on themselves. Okay, as your mind settles, your emotions will settle, and then you're in touch with your soul source, which is where you'll find your twin flame. And then you'll come back together in a physical sense as well. So at the moment you feel tied up. I can see like this rope, you know, around you. Okay, blindfolded, but that rope is very loose. It can drop off. You can take the blindfold off. See, there's a gap between two of the swords and the ground, which appear like the bars to a prison. There's a way forward. It's in your hands. It's very much about you taking control of the situation. I mean, there's a lot of fear attached to this, because you fear that if you just move away, then you're going to lose them forever. But it's actually a paradox. It's actually the opposite. As you walk away, it's a win-win situation, because what's yours will always come in. You will come out on top ultimately. It's not easy, I must be honest. You know, you've lost many battles, okay, but you are going to win the war. There are some people walking away here. They're so-called friends. There are people who are showing up for who they really were. Very toxic energy, which you just move away from. But the message here is of you walking away, but in walking away you get what you want. So don't forget to leave a comment, to share, and I will reply with a free spirit message within 24 hours. There's also links for free daily readings, personal readings, to buy me a coffee, into my crystal shop. Thank you.